Good evening, everyone, and welcome to CNN's election night coverage of the United States Senate elections for the year 2022. My name is Jake Tapper, and I'm going to take you through the night. It's time for the 7 a.m. poll closings. And out of the state of Indiana, we can now project that Todd Young, the incumbent Republican, is the winner. He defeats J.D. Ford. It is a hold for the Republican Party. Out of the state of South Carolina, Tim Scott, the incumbent, also the Republican, defeats the former Congressman Joe Cunningham in that race. And in the state of Kentucky, Rand Paul, an ophthalmologist and two-term senator, defeats Charles Booker. Also in the Vermont Senate race, there is a victory for the Democrats. It's a hold. The longest-serving senator in the US Senate now, Patrick Leahy, defeats Phil Scott. It is a hold for the Democratic Party. And as we are standing right now, the Democrats have 37 seats to the Republicans' 33. As you see, the map will fill out throughout the night. It starts mostly in the east and will move westwards. Out of the Ohio Senate race, we can now project at 7:30 a.m. that Warren Davidson, the congressman, will defeat Tim Ryan and take that open seat, the open seat of retiring Senator Rob Portman. It is a hold for the Republican Party. And this is where we stand right now. We still do not have a projected winner out of the state of North Carolina. That one is very tight, and we will stay with suspense the entire night. Out of the state of Alabama, now at 8 p.m. poll closings, we are able to predict that the winner is Bradley Byrne, a former congressman who ran for the Senate last time. Didn't go so well, lost in the primary, but this time he ran and he won. It was unopposed and he easily won that seat. Going to the state of Connecticut, the Democrat Richard Blumenthal will win re-election, defeating the Republican Robert F. Hyde. And in the state of Maryland, Chris Van Hollen, also the incumbent, the Democrat in that race, he had no opponent, so only write-in opponents to Chris Van Hollen. He holds that seat for the Democratic Party. And right now, the Democrats are at 39 seats to the Republicans' 35. And out of the state of Missouri, we can now project that Jason Smith defeats some of the Carnahan dynasty. He will win that seat with 57% of the votes. We can project that Jason Smith has won the Missouri Senate race. And we're moving on to Oklahoma, where James Langford, the incumbent, also the Republican, defeats Kendra Horn in that election. He will go on and serve another term. And we can now see that the Republicans are starting to catch up with the Democrats at 39, and the Republicans at 37. And it's time for the 8:30 poll closings, and we can project a winner in the state of Arkansas. And John Boozman has won, defeating Dan Whitfield. And here is where we stand right now. It's time for the 9:30 poll closings, and we can now project for the states of Kansas, Louisiana, and North Dakota and South Dakota. All wins for the GOP. The incumbent in Louisiana, John Kennedy, he will win, as will Jeremy Moran in Kansas, John Thune in the state of South Dakota, and of course John Hoeven in North Dakota. So all wins for the GOP. Also in the state of New York, we can project that incumbent Democrat Chuck Schumer will win that race, defeating the independent Peter McAllister, and it is a hold for the Democrats in that race. So currently the Republicans have 40 seats, the Republicans have 42 seats, the Democrats have 40, and we're going to move on to the Western time zones. Out of the state of North Carolina, we can now call that Lara Trump will be the winner of that open seat of retiring Senator Richard Burr. She defeats Jeff Jackson. It is a win for the Republicans, a hold for the GOP, and the Republicans are closer. Also in the state of Georgia, Jack Kingston will defeat the incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock. It was a tough campaign, but in the end it turns out that the African American turnout was not even close to what it needed to be for Warnock to win in that Senate race, and Jack Kingston has now flipped that for the GOP. We can see that the Republicans are moving on, and we can project a winner in the state of Iowa. The incumbent who has been there since 1981, Chuck Grassley, has won another term. Many were speculating that he might retire. He has not. He instead defeated Abby Finkenauer and has won another term in the US Senate. Going over to the state of Florida, Marco Rubio will win his third term, defeating Andrew Gillum. Quite easy win also. being helped by the massive margins that we can also project that Ron DeSantis has won his re-election bid with. A strong night for the GOP in the state of Florida. Going to the state of Utah, Mike Lee has won, defeating Ben McAdams. And in the state of Colorado, the incumbent Michael Bennet will defeat Mike Coffin. We can't project that now. There are a few votes outstanding that they are not expected to be able to turn in results, and Mike Coffin has called Michael Bennet and conceded in that race. And we can see now that the Republicans are closing in on the magic number of 51. They need 51 seats to get the majority. The Democrats need 50. And we can now project the winner in the Senate race of Illinois. This was a Democratic lean. Someone called it a toss-up, but Tammy Duckworth has now defeated Bill Brady. The Republicans will not pull a 1998 or a 2010 and take that seat. Not this time around. Tammy Duckworth holds on. There has been a very low turnout in Chicago among the black community, but it was not enough for the Republicans and Democrats to hold on to that seat. We can also now project that the Democrats will win a huge chunk of Senate seats in California, Washington, Oregon, and Hawaii. They will win those seats currently occupied by Alex Padilla, Patty Murray, Ron Wyden, and Macy Hirono. All those are wins for the Democrats. And we can now see that the Democrats are catching up, and both parties are closing in on the magic number of 50 or 51 seats, depending on what party you are. Now we can project the winner in the state of Idaho, and it is Mike Crapo. He defeats Randy Stevens. It is a win for the Republicans in Idaho. Also in the state of New Hampshire, a massive win for the Republicans, a flip. Chris Sununu, the incumbent governor, defeats Maggie Hassan, the incumbent senator. Huge win for Chris Sununu in New Hampshire, and Republicans are one seat closer to winning the majority. They are on track. They are on track to do what they needed to do. And we can now see that the Republicans are only 2 seats short of taking the majority. If they hold on to their own seats, they will be there. It will be so exciting to see if the Republicans can take the Senate. Democrats right now are not favored to hold on. And in the state of Pennsylvania, it is the Republican Kenneth Braithwaite, former ambassador to Norway. He defeats Democratic Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman by a 9-point margin. I repeat, in Pennsylvania, Kenneth Braithwaite, the Republican, has won that seat, taking it over for Republican retiring Senator Pat Toomey. And in the state of Wisconsin, it's a failure. It is supposed to be Wisconsin, not Idaho. Mike Gallagher, the congressman, will defeat Ron Kind and take over the seat. There was some discussions that this seat will be very competitive because of Ron Johnson's decision to retire. However, the Republican Mike Gallagher has been able to hold on to that seat and keep it in GOP hands. So it's a very important win for the Republicans this night. Also, we can go to Arizona, where Mark Kelly, the incumbent Democrat, will defeat Martha McSally. It was some speculation that he was very much in danger, but after the Republicans decided to nominate Martha McSally again, it became sort of a blue-leaning seat, and Mark Kelly has now won this election again against Martha McSally. And a massive win for the GOP, a flip for the GOP in the state of Nevada. Adam Laxalt has won. He has defeated Catherine Cortez of Masto, and it is by a narrow margin that we can project in the CNN election table that Adam Laxalt, the Republican challenger, has won in the state of Nevada. And in Alaska, we can project that Mike Dunleavy defeats Lisa Murkowski. She had changed party and decided to run for re-election as an independent, but the incumbent Republican governor decided to challenge her, and he won the Republican nomination. He will be the next United States Senator from the state of Alaska. Mike Dunleavy wins that seat for the GOP. And in the end, the Republicans have won the majority in the US Senate. They currently have 53 seats to the Democratic 47 seats. So Biden will preside over a split government, especially since the Republicans have also captured 40 seats in the House and taken the majority there. And as we are looking at it right now, Republicans will have a quite good majority going into the next election. The Democrats, of course, have 45, 2 independents make it 47. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed.